Ladies and gentlemen, your safety is very important to us at Malaysia Airlines. So please listen carefully as we take you through some important safety features specific to this aircraft, as it may differ from other types of aircraft. Put your baggage in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you. It's important to keep the aisles and exits clear. Fasten your seatbelt by pushing the two metal ends together until they click and pull to tighten. To undo, lift the flap. You should be seated with your seatbelt fastened and visible even when the seatbelt sign is off. Infant seatbelts are available in this aircraft. Fasten your seatbelt like this and pull to tighten. Pull the harness and connect into the connector. It must be used during takeoff and landing only. As we're now preparing for takeoff, please enable the flight mode feature on your personal devices. All electronic devices must be switched off during taxi, takeoff and landing. Do not charge your devices during this time. Small devices may be handheld or kept. Larger devices such as laptops must be stowed. If you drop your personal devices in between seats, do not attempt to retrieve. Call your cabin crew for help. Put your seat upright and armrest down. Stow your tray table and keep the window shades up. You should do this when we're landing too. Remember, it's illegal to smoke on this flight, even electronic cigarettes, and that includes the toilets where sensitive smoke detectors are installed. Tampering with the smoke detector is an offense. If there's a change in cabin pressure, the oxygen mask will drop. Be seated. Pull the mask firmly towards you. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Pull on the bands to tighten. Breathe normally. Put your mask on first before helping others. If the bag doesn't inflate, don't worry. Oxygen will still flow. In the first class, business class and toilets, you may need to pull the red streamer to release the mask. If required to wear the life jacket, it can be found here, here, or here. Tear the bag, slip it over your head, pass the tape around your waist and attach the buckle. Pull the loose end to tighten. Inflate your life jacket at the exit before leaving the aircraft by pulling the red tab. Blow into this tube to inflate further and use the whistle to attract attention. This light will automatically come on when in water. Put the jacket on yourself first before helping someone else. We also have life jackets for infants. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing, brace yourself like this, or this, until the aircraft comes to a complete stop. Adults with infants should brace like this. When instructed to evacuate, follow these slides to the exit. The exits are shown clearly. This aircraft has 8 exits. Please familiarize yourself with the exits nearest to you. It could be behind you. If you have to use an evacuation slide, remove your heels as they may tear the slide. Leave all your belongings. Move quickly to the nearest exit and jump on the slide. Move away from the aircraft when you reach the ground. In the event of a water landing, the slide will serve as a raft. Be seated as it separates from the aircraft. In the event of an emergency, follow your cabin crew's instructions at all times. All our safety features are in the safety information card in your seat pocket. Please take a few moments to read it carefully, even if you're a frequent flyer, while our cabin crew conducts their final checks. Enjoy your flight.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello to Dr. Zul and everyone. My name is Muhammad Idhab Ash-Sha'ari. For this presentation, my group and I will present about our analysis and strategic plan with regards to one of the top 3 aviation companies in Malaysia. Throughout the presentation later, we will share our findings based on the concept we learned from the strategic management subject this semester. Before I start, I would like to introduce to you my other group members, Bel, Anis, Farah, Hani and Fakri. Let's start with the presentation overview. As you can see in this slide, we have divided the presentation into 6 segments. Hani will talk about the background of the company we have chosen for this project, and she will also cover the history of the company, its mission, vision, slogan, logo, and the board of directors. Fakri will cover our review on the company, where he will share about SWOT analysis and strategy formulation framework for stage 1, which include internal factor evaluation, also known as IFE, internal factor evaluation, also EFE, and competitive profile metric, CPM. Next, Farah will share about the company's strategic plan, which will cover strategy formulation stage 2 as well as stage 3. Anis will cover the strategy implementation, and finally the conclusion and recommendation will be explained by Bell. Now, let us move to the first topic, the introduction. For this project, we will be discussing on Malaysia Airlines Berhad, brand name Malaysia Airlines, our national flag carrier company. We will using SWOT analysis to discuss the company's strengths, weakness, threat, and opportunities. And we have developed a strategic plan to improve their brand and business. We will discuss how we use the strategy formulation framework, specifically the internal factor evaluation (IFE), external factor evaluation (EFE), and competitive profile metric (CPM) to assess Malaysia Airlines' current position in comparison to its competitor, AirAsia and Malindo. In addition, we will share the detailed strategic plan we have developed for Malaysia Airlines using Boston Consolidating Matrix (BCG), internal external matrix (IE), and quantitative strategic planning matrix (QSPM) to get the general idea on the best strategy they should take to enhance their brand and to improve their business. We will also discuss the 3 strategies that we believe could work for Malaysia Airlines based on the analysis we obtained as well the outcome. I wish to remind everyone that the content of the presentation is for academic purpose and does not represent the official position of Malaysia Airlines as a company. That's it from me. Let's move to Hani. Hani, over to you.
Thanks Idham. Assalamualaikum Dr. Zol and everybody. I'm Hani. I will first talk about the background of the company that we have chosen for this presentation. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the photo we shared in the slide and have at least once in their lifetime have flown with this company. Malaysia Airlines Berhad, branch name Malaysia Airlines, formerly known as Malaysia Airlines System (MAS), is the national flag carrier of Malaysia, headquartered in Kuala Lumpur. The airlines began as Malaysia Airlines Limited and divided into 2 separate national airlines after the country independence, Malaysia Airlines System and Singapore Airlines. Airlines has played a critical role in connecting the country to the rest of the world while also integrating the country into the global economy. In 2014, the airline suffered a period of losses more than 17.4 billion. MAS then were delisted from Bursa and ceased operations. Malaysia Airlines then replaced MAS as part of a restructuring plan, and now the company is wholly by the Malaysia government through Khazanah Nasional Berhad. In 2016, Malaysia Airlines announced the establishment of their new holding company, Malaysia Aviation Group (MAG). To add, Malaysia Airlines operate over 300 flights every day to more than 1,000 destinations in more than 150 countries and over 650 airports launched worldwide, including Europe, the Middle East, Australia, North and South Asia, and Southeast Asia. As for 2021, Malaysia Airlines currently employ approximately 11,000 workers, including 1,049 pilots and 2,034 cabin crew. The airlines also has a fleet of 74 aircraft in operation, which includes 47 Boeing 737, 15 Airbus A330-300S, 6 Airbus A330-200S, and 6 Airbus A350-900. Malaysia Airlines' vision is to be an airline of excellence. As for the mission, the goal is to turn MAB to be one of the leading carriers in the airlines industry and continue remaining as the world 5-star value carrier, produce the great profitability, create the customer loyalty, and deliver consistently the customer satisfaction, strengthen MAB status in the national and global market, place people first and increase the position of employer, and create value for shareholders. Build the recognition of Malaysia Hospitality Service. We know the previous famous slogan, which is beyond expectation and more than just an airline code. MH is Malaysia Hospitality that emphasizes the hospitality of its cabin crew. In 2018, Malaysia Airlines introduced a new slogan, which is Malaysia Hospitality Begin With Us. On top right of the slide, that is the latest official logo of Malaysia Airlines. Do you know that the red and blue Kelantan Wow represent Malaysia Airlines' entry into the One World Airline Alliance? Next, let's look at the Malaysia Airlines Board of Directors. These individuals are among the most experienced and dedicated people in the relevant industry and has been appointed by Khazanah to bring together a wealth of skills and expertise to Malaysia Airlines. Tan Sri Wan Zulkifli Wan Arifin is the non-executive group chairman for Malaysia Airlines and Malaysia Aviation Group Berhad. He was the former president and CEO of Petronas and was appointed to lead the Malaysia Airlines board in July 2020. Under his leadership, he has Izham Ismail, the executive director, who is also the CEO of Malaysia Airlines. Other non-executive director includes Tan Sri Tan Bong Seng, former Managing Director of IJM Corporation Berhad, Tan Sri Shahril Riza, former Managing Director of Khazanah Nasional Berhad and CEO of the Employees Provident Fund, EPF, Mr. David Lau Naipek, former Vice President Finance for Shell Netherlands, who is also an SCCA member, Ms. Cheryl Goh, who is currently the Group Vice President of Marketing and Sustainability and the Chief Marketing Officer for Grab, and Ms. Wong Shu Xian from Khazanah Nasional Berhad. Ms. Tan Yiling, who is currently the Senior Vice President for Investment Division of Khazanah Nasional Berhad, was appointed in December 2021 to join the board and act as the alternate director for Ms. Wong Shu Xian. For the next segment, I will pass the presentation to Belle. Belle, over to you.
Thanks, Hani. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Zul and my fellow classmates. My name is Muhammad Fakri. Let's look what we have for Malaysia Airlines SWOT analysis. So what is SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis is a framework used to evaluate a company competitive position and help companies to assess their internal and external factors as well as current and futures potential. So let's discuss the strength of Malaysia Airlines. To begin, Malaysia Airlines has established record of 41 years and has a strong brand reputation. The airline is certified as a 4-star airlines for the qualities of airport and onboard product and staff services. Continuing on number 2, Malaysia Airlines is known for best-in-class in-flight service and entertainment, and they have won the Best Airline Meal Award in 2016. Continuing on point number 3, Malaysia Airlines is highly supported by government. In 2021, Khazanah Nasional has injected RM3.6 billion of fund to MAG, the parent company of Malaysia Airlines, to fund the business through 2025. Continuing on point number 4, Malaysia Airlines is members of One World Alliance. The alliance allow Malaysia Airlines customer to enjoy seamless service from a global network of alliance across 1,000 destinations in more than 150 countries. Finally, Malaysia Airlines is also known for being on time and their flight rarely delayed. Let's look at the witness. Let's start with point number 1. The world was shocked when Malaysia Airlines MH370 disappeared. In the same year, the airline faced another crisis when Malaysia Airlines MH17 crashed and burned in the eastern Ukraine, where 298 passengers died in the crash. Both tragedies have unveiled the company's poor communication and public relations strategies, causing a bad reputation for the brands. For the second point, expensive flight fares. To travel to East Malaysia during Christmas Eve, their flight ticket can cost up to RM2,000 ringgit. Many that could not offer Malaysia Airlines fare switched to AirAsia for the lower fare. Continuing to the third point, hiding that Malaysia Airlines has suffered billions of ringgit since 1997 due to the Asian financial crisis. Subsequently, 2011, the airlines recorded a net losses of 2.53 billion due to increased fuel price and mismanagement, and another 1.74 billion net losses for 2013. Due to the two airline tragedies that hit Malaysia Airlines in 2014, the company lost another 307.04 million. The company's stock trading was suspended by Malaysian government and delisted from Malaysia Stock Exchange in the same years. In 2018, the government also raised the possibility to shut down the companies as Malaysia Airlines is not generating much revenue. Finally, the fourth, in 2019, Malaysia Airlines had a cut of their domestic flight, and this led to market share gain to AirAsia. Based on the strengths and weakness discussed earlier, we observed there are 4 opportunities for Malaysia Airlines to rebuild their brand. First, Malaysia Airlines could diversity its business model. Instead of focusing on logistics and air transportation service, they could explore new potential revenue sources through venturing in e-hailing services, digital wallet, F&B restaurant, or even hotel chains. Malaysia Airlines could use the opportunities to bring their best-in-class services for their customer on the ground, even they not flying with the airlines. Second, Malaysia Airlines should also consider offering low fare for all domestic flight. The airline should track the daily pricing of its competitors and should offer similar base fare. But you might be wondering how a premium airline can offer a low fare. Well, Malaysia Airlines should consider decreasing their labor costs by hiring younger staff at lower pay, and highly paid employees can be repositioned to another revenue generating operation. Third, another opportunity is for Malaysia Airlines to offer additional reward for frequent flyer members. This additional offering will help Malaysia Airlines gain more customers joining their frequent flyer program, and they will be able to maintain the existing customer relationship. Fourth, Malaysia Airlines should also put more effort into rigorous marketing and PR strategies, leveraging social media advertising to promote their product will help the airline gain more followers and loyal customers. They should also take advantage to use influencer to promote their product and services. Finally, let's look at the threat. First, Malaysia Airlines is exposed to external threats such as incident, natural disaster, and terrorist attack. The two tragedies in 2014 where MH370 disappeared and MH17 was shot by Russian missile caused the company to incur billions of ringgit losses. The COVID-19 outbreak has also caused the airline to suspend its operation and forced them to offer no paid time off to their employees and create a paid reduction program for those earning a high salary. If any of these incidents happen again, it will force the airlines to incur more losses and might end up its bankruptcy. Second point, Malaysia Airlines is also exposed to cyber attack because they really heavily on technology to improve efficiency and customer experience. Cyber attack could also pose a threat or if malicious hackers disrupt the airline's flight path, which will jeopardize the safety of passengers. Third, with its competitors, airline Asia controlling over half of market and benefiting from its lower cost structure model. Malaysia Airlines faced the issue of increasing its market share due to low fare imposed by AirAsia. Fourth, Malaysia Airlines only focus on single source of revenue, air transportation business model. In our view, for fast-growing industry like aviation, relying on single source of revenue is a bad strategy. Finally, constant change in government policies and regulation also may pose threat of Malaysia Airlines. IFE. Now that we have constructed the SWOT analysis, we can place the critical factor in IFE. What is IFE? Internal Factor Evaluation, IFE. Metric is a strategy tool used to evaluate firm internal environment and to reveal its strengths well as weakness. Based on the IFE table shown in the slide, the total IFE score for MAS Malaysia Airlines is 2.67, above the average 2.5. This indicates that Malaysia Airlines is strong against its competitors. EFE. What about EFE? External Factor Evaluation, EFE. Metric is a strategy tool used to examine company external environments and to identify the available opportunities and threats. Based on the EFE table shows in the slide, the total EFE score for MAS Malaysia Airlines is 2.55, above the average of 2.5. This indicates that the company is strong enough to compete with its competitor in the market. However, Malaysia Airlines need to consider leveraging the opportunities that could have increased its EFE score moving forward. CPM, the Competitive Profile Matrix. CPM is a tool compares the firm and its competitor and reveal their strengths and weakness in order to better understand the external environments and the competition in a particular industry. Companies often use CPM. The profile metric identify a company's key competitors and compare them using industry critical success factors. The analysis also reveal company relative strength and weakness against its competitors. As a result, a company can easily identify the areas it should improve and area it should protect. Based on the CPM analysis, in the slide, the first place went to AirAsia with total score of 3.51. Malaysia Airlines come for second place with total score 2.65. However, it's still above the average 2.5. Malindo is third place with score 2.04. The analysis supported the market share data explained in the SWOT analysis, where AirAsia dominated the market shares, followed by Malaysia Airlines and Malindo. Awards. They have won many awards, but we will highlight only the recent ones they received in 2021. First, they won the CSP Award for the best customer experience. The award is to honest company that offer the highest customer experience excellence. Second, they won Malaysia Technology Excellence Award for the automation and infrastructure technology for airline categories. This award recognizes exceptional companies leading the digital journey of their respective industries. Third, the company won Putra Brands for two categories. Putra Brand Icon for the years and Platinum Award for the transportation, travel and tourism categories. Putra Brand Awards recognize Malaysia's favorite brand and measure according to customer preference. Fourth, the company also won HR Excellence Award for three categories. A Gold Award for HR Leaders of the Years, Gold Awards for Excellence in Workplace Cultures, and finally the Silver Award for the Excellence in Digital Transformation. Problems. Now we talk about three significant problems that we believe has caused Malaysia Airlines to keep generating loss and lost its good reputation. The first, the problem is Malaysia Airlines never explore new source of income. Then really too much on their air transportation and logistic business model. By now, the management should be aware of possibility the COVID-19 outbreak will remain and ongoing losses. The company keep on incurring every year. They should start looking for a new source of revenue growth. Second, we observe the Malaysia Airlines management inefficient when handling a crisis. In 2014, News Worldwide report Malaysia Airlines has poorly mishandled their response to MH370's crisis. And finally, Malaysia Airlines failed in financial management despite having a solid brand reputation for exceeding customer expectation. That's all from me. I will pass the presentation to Farah. Farah, it's your floor. Thank you.
Thanks, Fakri. Assalamualaikum, Doctor. My name is Farah. I will first share about the Boston Consulting Group, BCG, Growth Share Matrix. Okay, so what is BCG Matrix? Okay, BCG Matrix is a planning tool that uses graphical representations of a company's products and services in an effort to help the company decide what it should keep, sell, or invest more in. Okay, so First, let's discuss about Malaysia Airlines star product, their in-flight dining experience. Malaysia Airlines offers special meals to chef on-call menu for business and economy class passengers. Passengers may request in advance by pre-ordering their preferred menu and special dietary requests up to 24 hours before departure without paying additional fees. Okay. Passengers can also purchase a meal upgrade by adding light refreshments such as pastries and sandwiches. Another star product is their enrichment program. Enrich is Malaysia Airlines loyalty program that offers points. When the Enrich members fly with Malaysia Airlines, One World Alliance members and Enrich partner airlines, Enrich members can also earn points when they spend on hotels, fuels, dining, retail with Enrich partners. Okay, rewards. Enrich members can redeem their accumulative points to enjoy seats upgrade, retail product, access to golden lunch, premium stays, and many more. The second point is the cash cow products, MH holidays and cabin classes. Okay, so Malaysia Airlines holidays, MH holidays is Malaysia Airlines tour operating arms. MH holidays enables Malaysia Airlines customers to tailor-make their holiday with a combination of flights, accommodations, ground transportation services, and holiday packages in one single platform. Okay, another cash cow product is their cabin classes. Malaysia Airlines has 3 categories of cabin classes: business suites for passengers looking to indulge in luxury and privacy experience, business class to accommodate business and pleasure, and finally the economy class. All cabin classes are provided with entertainment such as movies and music, and passengers can purchase an ideal seat for a small fee. On top of that, first class and business class passengers get to enjoy priority boarding and a fine dining experience on board. Okay, next, let's take a look at the question mark product of the airlines: Golden Lunch and Temptations platform. Malaysia Airlines offers to their business and first class passengers to utilize their Golden Lunch to recharge before departure. The lunch are equipped with a family and nursing room, restroom with showers, high-speed Wi-Fi, and Malaysia's food cuisines. The lunch are located at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Kuching International Airport, and Kota Kinabalu International Airport. Next is the Temptations platform. Temptation Platforms is an e-commerce platform where passengers can pre-order their preferred items before departure, or get them delivered anywhere in the world. Okay. The product varies from fragrances, beauty lines, watches, fashion, travel essentials, and MH exclusive products. Finally, the top product. Malaysia Airlines Insight Magazine Going Places, Travelers Expert Guide to Malaysia, and Malaysia Airlines Network. We categorize the magazine as a dog product for this metric because they don't generate much revenue for the airline. We observe that the company is still printing the magazine in hard copies, which we think it's a waste of money. Based on the BCG, we decided to focus on Malaysia Airlines star product, the in-flight dining. Star products can grow further in the market and should be invested more. Malaysia Airlines can tap into this star product diversity, the business model, and bring the dining experience to their customers to the ground. We believe this product can be a cash cow if the strategy works, as they have won the Best Airline Signature Dish Award in 2012 and 2013. Moving on, let's look at the internal and external, or IE metrics. IE metrics is a strategic management tool which is used to analyze the current position of the divisions and suggest the strategies for the future. Based on our analysis, Malaysia Airlines scored 2.55 for EFE and 2.67 for IFE. So after plotting these two values on the X and Y axis in the market IE matrix above, the IE matrix is located at V. This means Malaysia Airlines should hold and maintain its position and pursue tactical strategies focusing on increasing market penetration and product development. We will also pursue market development strategy as the third strategy. Now that we have analyzed BCG and IE metrics, let's find out which of the three strategies we should focus first. To find out the answer, we use Quantitative Strategic Planning Matrix or QSPM. QSPM is a strategic management tool we use in the evaluation of strategic options and determination of relative attractiveness of strategies. The QSPM technique determines which of the selected strategy option is feasible, and it actually prioritizes these strategies. Okay, based on our analysis, product development has the highest score of 3.78, followed by market development 3.33 and market penetration at 2.69. Hence, we conclude that we should focus in developing a new product for Malaysia Airlines to generate new sources of revenue, gain new customers, and increase the company's profit. Subsequently, we will look at market development and market penetration. Thank you for listening. For the next segment, I will pass the floor to Anis. Anis, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum Dr. Zul and everyone. I am Anissa. I will present about 3 strategies we have implemented for Malaysia Airlines. Let's start with strategy 1, that is product development. Just to give you an overview, Malaysia's food service profits are expected to recover and grow from 64.9 billion in 2020 to 109.08 billion in 2025 at a compound annual growth rate of 10.9%, reported by global data. Malaysia Airlines can take this opportunity to implement the new product strategy, as subject matter experts projected the increase of takeaways and rising demand of dining out as the country recovers from the COVID-19 outbreak will drive the profit for the F&B providers the next couple of years. So, how does this strategy work best? First, there are already many food and beverage restaurant providers in the country. Malaysia Airlines may conduct market research and preliminary marketing efforts to determine whether their in-flight menu provides a unique experience for their customers to gain a competitive advantage over their competitors. Malaysia Airlines should also research to determine the best location for their first restaurant. Choosing the right location is critical to success of the restaurant. Another way, Malaysia Airlines could also conduct a survey to their enriched members to find out what are their thoughts on the proposed menu that the airline plans to sell in the new restaurant. Second is to develop a new product. For this stage, Malaysia Airlines should begin talking to their trusted suppliers to develop a prototype once they have all the data. The raw material stocks should increase, and there should always be enough food items like poultry, vegetables, and fruits for both in-flight dining and the restaurant. The next stage is to test the product. Malaysia Airlines could conduct stage testing once the prototypes are completed. The new menu item is tested in focus group, for example, among staff and customers. This ensures that the food product can be prepared and distributed without interfering with existing menu items. Malaysia Airlines could also modify the proposed menu based on the results. Finally, the product launch stage. Malaysia Airlines can launch their restaurant after concluding the proposed menu will be successful in the market. In addition, Malaysia Airlines should also develop a detailed marketing strategy for informing potential customers about their new offering. Aligned with the earlier statement and our focus to enhance Malaysia Airlines star product in-flight dining menu, for the product development strategy, we developed a new product for Malaysia Airlines called Masakan. Masakan is the in-flight food and beverages F&B brand of Malaysia Airlines. we plan to launch its first restaurant in the KL city centre to cater strong demand from local foodie community, both local and international. For the second phase, we plan to set up another 4 masakan outlets in Penang, Johor Bahru, Kuching, and also Kota Kinabalu. The goal is to get Masakan to be the best airline brand fast food franchise chain in Malaysia. Masakan customer can have option to dine in at the restaurant, take away, or get it delivered to their home. Masakan will also provide catering services for weddings and corporate events. We propose that Malaysia Airlines partner with Grab and Foodpanda to outsource the food delivery to optimize the cost. Another product as an expansion to the restaurant is the Malaysia Airlines food truck services. It is to get Masakan food to recover smaller population or cities surround this area. Today, a lot of people prefer to get their food delivered to their home, and we believe using a food truck model is much cheaper than to build a restaurant if Malaysia Airlines wants their new product to expand to smaller cities in the country. With the new business model of Masakan, Malaysia Airlines will be able to generate a new revenue, create new job opportunities for the local Malaysians, and rehire ex-employees. These new workforces will help to serve Masakan online and on-site customers. This strategy is also aligned with the earlier SWOT analysis, where diversifying the business model is one of the opportunities for Malaysia Airlines to explore to generate a new source of revenue. In the slide, you can see the first photo is Masakan website homepage banner, and the second photo is the Masakan food truck. Moving on, let's look at the second strategy, market development strategy. Market development strategy will help Malaysia Airlines to introduce their existing products to a new group of customers in an export market. It will help the business grow, create more sales and revenue for Masakan food product. So, how does this strategy work best? First, the company must define the new target market. A well-defined target market will always assist Malaysia Airlines in making strategic decisions. Customers can be classified based on categories such as age, gender, status, race, religion, as well as occupation. So, Malaysia Airlines has always served their food on air. For this strategy, we will expand their services to people on the ground and make the food easier to consume anytime. Second, the company needs to conduct extensive market research on their current customers. We have analyzed people purchasing habits, tried to understand their interests, and the effect of various factors influencing the customer's purchasing behavior. So, we decided if Malaysia Airlines is going to serve foodie communities on the ground, not only they have to set up a physical restaurant to serve their customers, but they also need to provide ways for the customer to purchase their meals easily. Finally, the decision stage. After all the analysis has been done and they have enough data to create a new product, the ultimate action is for the management team to make decision whether to proceed or not. Of course, there is always a risk when coming with a new product, but if they don't try, they would not know. For example, the company could consider producing their in-flight menu in the form of ready-to-eat frozen meals and collaborate with oil and gas companies such as Petronas and Shell, as well as convenience stores providers such as 7-Eleven or My News. By collaborating with the new partners, customers can purchase masakan menu anywhere as petrol station and convenience stores are essentials amenity in which we can find available anywhere in the country. Not only Malaysia Airlines can tap those population in the urban areas, but they can bring their product to serve those in rural areas such as small towns and even villages. Once the strategy is successful with the local providers, Malaysia Airlines can consider geographic expansion on a global level by selling masakan product internationally via 7-Eleven all over the world. As of 2020, 7-Eleven have approximately 70,200 stores in operating around the world, including Malaysia. As you can see in the slide, we have shared a photo of masakan frozen meals in collaboration with 7-Eleven. Isn't it great to be able to eat Malaysia Airlines in-flight meals anytime, everywhere? Finally, I will talk about the third strategy, the market penetration strategy. Market penetration strategy will help Malaysia Airlines increase their market share, and the company need to find an appealing idea to grow their customer database by offering what they already have. So, we thought unifying the masakan products and Malaysia Airlines Enrich program, which is another star product of the company, would be a great idea. Why do we think this strategy will work? We look at the two perspectives. First, the existing members. For existing Enrich members, they can now purchase any masakan meals and claim Enrich points. 5 Enrich points will be granted for RM1 ringgit purchase, which means the customers can claim these points when they dine in at the restaurant, get the food delivered to their home, when buying the meals from masakan food trucks, or when they purchase the food frozen product at any of the masakan partner petrol station and convenience stores all over the world. Second is the new members. By promoting masakan and Enrich together, Malaysia Airlines will get new customer database. As for the unregistered member, they will be offered a complimentary blue Enrich card whenever they purchase any of the masakan meals. Once the new member registered to Enrich, they will be issued a digital card via Enrich apps, in which they could use to collect points for other services offered by Enrich. The point system will be the same as existing members, but for new members, Malaysia Airlines will give free 500 points for a start to thank the new members for joining their loyalty program. By implementing this strategy, anyone can be a member of Enrich program and not have to spend a lot of money just to collect points. It will provide access to many people, including those who do not have the financial means to fly with the airline, by using masakan as a bridge to Enrich. Enrich is another star product of Malaysia Airlines, and by unifying both products through an aggressive market campaign, will help to increase awareness of both products in the market. These can give value proposition to Malaysia Airlines to attract their competitors' customers to sign up and switch to loyalty program because it was available for everyone. Malaysia Airlines should also leverage on integrated marketing where the unified product of Enrich and Masakan can be marketed across different media such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok to promote the enhancement product to the public. They could also partner with influencers who has massive followers on the social media platform to influence the sales of Masakan and educating them on the benefits of Enrich program. In the slide here, you can see a marketing poster of the Enrich website and to be placed at the billboard all over the country. Now, everyone can be Enrich member and can redeem a flight to go to their dream destination just buying Masakan meals. Thank you, Doctor, and everyone for listening. Let's move on to Belle.
Assalamualaikum, Dr. Zul and everyone. Hope everybody's keeping well. My name is Anissa, but I go by Belle. I will be your last presenter for today. So I'll bring your attention to our conclusion and recommendation and what have changed after we implemented the 3 strategies that was mentioned by my group member earlier. So first, let's look at the updated score for IFE and EFE metrics in the slide above. After implementing the 3 mentioned strategies and introducing Masakan, IFE total score for Malaysia Airlines, it has now increased to 2.86. So the government support, which was previously regarded as a major strength of the company's success, is now regarded as a minor strength because Malaysia Airlines may no longer require large sums of money from the government to operate due to the new source of revenue via Masakan. So in terms of weaknesses, the negative reputation caused by the missing planes has now been reduced to a minor weakness. Reason being is because the approach that Malaysia Airlines took when launching Masakan by engaging their customers to obtain feedback and also testimonials. So this has resulted in a good relationship and more good stories about how successful Masakan is and how the new product implementation has created hundreds of jobs for the local Malaysians. Another factor that has increased the score to minor weakness is the never-ending debts and losses created by the company, which is now a minor weakness after the implementation of the 3 strategies earlier. With Masakan became the airline cash cow product now, Malaysia Airlines can increase revenue and become less reliant on a single source of business. So Malaysia Airlines will be able to generate revenue and also positive cash flow to cover their debts and sustain themselves in the coming years because of the global expansion plan of Masakan through their strategic partners 7-Eleven. Next is the EFE. So with the company attempting to diversify their business model by bringing their star product, the in-flight dining experience, to the ground via Masakan, the score for the said factor has now been increased to 4. So this also applies to the other 2 opportunities factor, which are to provide additional rewards for the enriched members through a unified program with Masakan, and finally the company's effort in promoting Masakan rigorously through new marketing channels such as social media and even using influencers to promote Masakan and also enrich. So with the introduction of Masakan, Malaysia Airlines now no longer reliant on its aviation and logistics services, and the score for that factor has now been increased to 4. So following the implementation of the 3 strategies mentioned earlier, product development, market development, and market penetration, Malaysia Airlines' final EFE score has now increased to 3.33 compared to the previous score, which is 2.55. So moving on, for every successful strategy implementation, there must be success stories. In our case, there's 3 major ones which we would like to highlight to everyone. So first, following the implementation of the 3 strategies earlier, Masakan products sold 850,000 food items through its outlet and contributed 40% of Malaysia Airlines revenue following their global expansion through their partnership with 7-Eleven. You can see a photo in the slide of a 7-Eleven store located at the Wall Street, US, promoting Masakan meals. So second, the Masakan food products have also received a lot of positive feedback from Malaysian foodie communities. So the success of Masakan has been published in the country news as well as in the foreign news due to its successful implementation within the country and globally. So in this slide, you can see a snapshot that we included of a Star newspaper where Masakan was featured as the top story for that day. So finally, the overwhelming response has influenced Malaysia Airlines top management and board of directors to decide to open another 50 outlets in Malaysia's smaller cities, in addition to the 5 restaurants in the major cities in the likes of Kuala Lumpur, Johor Bahru, Penang, Kuching, and also Kota Kinabalu. So you can see a snapshot of the Facebook posting by Masakan announcing the expansion plan nationwide has received 3,000 likes and also love and 392 comments from Masakan followers. So with all the 3 strategies is now successful, we would highly recommend Malaysia Airlines to also explore offering potential local entrepreneurs the opportunity to collaborate with them through the Masakan franchising program. So this will help the company in assisting the government in reviving the nation's economy by creating more jobs for the local, while also providing business opportunity for the locals to increase their income. We also learned that companies should open their doors to collaborate on partnership models with other industry partners and using social media platforms to boost marketing effort, as these 2 methods are more cost effective and feasible in today's world. To conclude, strategic management can be the key to delivering a better value proposition for the company. Top management, a team who has a strong grasp of their own organization products and services, and in their view of what their major competitors will do next, can forecast and plan timely for business decision. So strategic management can also help companies to build relationship with their customers, as companies will want to spend more time to listen to their customers' ideas and thoughts when developing a new product or venturing into a new business model. However, we also learned that strategic management is a process that does not happen only once a year. A company like Malaysia Airlines should review their plans as and when required to see if these plans are still contributing to the company growth. So that's it from us. We hope you enjoy our presentation. Thank you for listening. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And thank you.